Number 1. Swordmaster's youngest son. This is an action and fantasy-based genre manhwa, where the protagonist, Jin Runkandle, was the youngest son of Runkandle, the land's most prestigious swordsman family. And he was also the biggest failure in Runkandle history. He, who was kicked out miserably and came to a meaningless end, was given another chance. How do you want to use this power? I want to use it for myself, memories of his past life, overwhelming talent, and a contract with God. The preparations to become the greatest are complete. Number 2. I regressed as the Duke. The son of the great Emperor Glein, Prince Aaron, is the recipient of the dragon's blessing. But because of the rebellion led by his uncle, Zero, he was banished to the outskirts of the kingdom, Bran Grounds. Emperor Zeron will kill us all, keeping his father's dying wish to forget about the crown and revenge. Aaron had been living powerlessly as the Duke of a barren land, but one day, Emperor Zeron invaded Bran Grounds. He didn't come just for Aaron's life, but rather, his aim was to destroy Bran Grounds. Even the loyal subject, Gale, disappeared into ashes as he watched Duke Aaron and Bran Grounds disappear in midst of Emperor Zeron's flames. At least, that's what we thought happened. When he opened his eyes, Gale found himself in the position of a younger Prince Aaron. I won't live while hiding my power like the Duke did by using any means necessary to develop the land, and preparing for Emperor Zeron's invasion that will happen 20 years. He decides to take back the spot of Emperor which he was robbed of. Number 3. Kill the Dragon. This is an action, fantasy and adventure-based genre manhwa. Summary. Survived no matter what, humanity was doomed for annihilation by the dragon. To protect the world at the brink of doomsday, the war openly Han awakens as a seeker. If you've not read this manhwa yet, then read it now. Number 4. The comic artist's survival story. This is an action, adventure, isekai and fantasy-based manhwa. The protagonist, Snow, a failing comic artist whose comic is about to be discontinued, reincarnates into his own comic by chance. In his comic, the Pante continent is on the verge of ruin due to the expansion of the Demon King's army, resulting in Snow being in danger as well. Just as his life was about to end, Snow receives an opportunity to survive, with the condition that he takes over the author's role and rewrites the entire comic storyline. If he fails to create a more interesting story, then Snow and the comic world would be destroyed. Number 5. One of a kind irregular. The protagonist of this manhwa, Ju Sung-ho, is unable to do virtual reality due to congenital hyperimmersion syndrome, a phenomenon of excessive sensory amplification. Then, one day, a string of unknown colors comes down to him. It is the tester of the 4th generation VRS device. When he was able to do virtual reality by becoming a tester, he thought for the first time that what he caught was a rope made of gold. When he experienced Lost Sky Online, commonly referred to as the 4th generation, he realized it. The congenital hyperimmersion syndrome was a poison in the past, but it was actually a blessing. It's time to change into a new him that was different from his usual self. Welcome to the world of the Lost Sky.